You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. This is on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Depiction of Pleasure. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Vermin indulge, men endure. You will leave the castle by sunset. The wolf yanks his robe back around himself. Your prophecies are nothing compared to the mathematics of the almanac. And you! He points the end of his chewed-off finger at me. Sand grains glint from the scabbed purple flesh. Not every monk is a traitor like you. I am not the only one who remembers. The mover of the wheeling stars himself has foretold what day will come. The day of steel, of sweat. My lord lifts him by the scruff of his neck. I will guide you to the gate myself. Folks stop sipping their water to look up at the three of us. My lord drags the wolf to the gate and throws him out. Eek! I feel the entire castle shake as he slams the gate shut. The crowd stares at my lord in horror. The hyena that leads the morning chant clenches his fists. This is bad. I need to do something. I feel the torch in my hand and get an idea. Listen, my lord had a vision. The fire beetle demands patience. Stay within the walls and don't succumb to cheap pleasures, and you shall be bathed in the haunting light of the divine coming. Shit. How should I paint haunting? Ghostly? Scary? Ethereal? Transparent? Whatever. I think of my drawing. I feel the sand inside my body heat up. The crowd gasps in horror and drops to their knees. Oh my god! It's haunting! It's haunted! Don't hurt me! It's coming! It'll come down! It's coming! They prostrate themselves to the light. Some offer their heartfelt salute. A few young ones in the crowd stand there, expressionless. They're not kneeling. Instead, they trade a few glances with the hyena. My lord notices and cups a hand over my head to pull me close. Oh, his warmth. I did good. He loves me. Please pet me. I feel the humidity of his snout as he whispers, Get that damn painting done. Oh, my lord. My insides burn. I can't. I strip naked. Cam? I get on all fours to kiss his feet. Please smite me! I'm a mite! I'm a mite. Cam, what the hell? He keeps his voice down, trying not to attract the attention of the crowd and worship. I've been nothing but a selfish insect. An actual mite. I know you know what I do, so please, ravage me. I hand my torch to him like it's a blunt weapon. Stop, you idiot, I don't care! He swipes my arm away. I mean, I care about you. How much so I can't put into words. Just don't do this. Please, it'll be conditioning for my condition. I'll think of sand as you strike. It shall taint the pleasure. This game is wacky. Smite the might. Cure me. I force the torch onto my lord, but he tucks away in his robe. Stop! Just stop! I pull on his legs and kiss them passionately. After a while, I feel my eyes grow heavy with the sound of the crowd and worship. I rest my head on his saliva-soaked toes and purr. He sighs and squats down to blanket me with his wings. A hand caresses my face. Sand burns my insides. Everyone loves me. That bat bastard! Hypocrite! Usurper! Fine, then. If you won't train warriors, I'll find my own. Rust, copper, seen it, smelled it. He traces his nose from one end of the sword to another. Iron, wax, wool. Yuck! It's washed. He jerks back in disgust and spits in its general direction. No water comes out. He scans the horizon sheepishly like a thief surveying a house. Relieved to see no one, he moves on. Steel, zinc. Oh, that's good. Adhesive, lubricant, fur. His shriveled nose traces over the weapon like a connoisseur savoring a fine cup of wine. A scent catches his nose. Dignity. It's dried sweat. He stares at the weapon like it's lost treasure. Your owner must have been a fine warrior. Perhaps a brutish bear from the tribe beyond the divine cocoon. A berserker with bulging muscles. What strength you must have to carry this. Colossal hunk of metal. He grins and pinches himself. Wait, no. You're a slender, regal fox from the southern castles, a bleeding-heart duelist with a chiseled body. You hold your steel with a dancer's touch and your pinky raised. You stood your ground as you willingly sacrificed yourself for your brother, who's also handsome and stocky and unrelated by blood. The wolf twists in pleasure. He grinds his nose hard against the handle and let it scrapes and rub, lubricated by a trail of snot. His thighs quiver as he drops down on his knees, toes clenched and eyes rolled, losing himself. The weapon did not belong to a slender, regal fox. It belonged to a rooster, 45, whose sweat in its final moments was fossilized by fire. The wolf gropes the sword passionately. It leaves cuts on his skinny arms, but they don't bleed. He licks the handle in delirium. Salt and bitterness assault him. He stumbles back with a paw on his face. He giggles. His mind races with secret joy, disgust. He regrets the nature of his indulgence. Arguably, it's no less profane than whoring. Never once had he heard anyone comment on his kink, but his head races with side glances and gossip. A sand monk should be disciplined, like in the stories. Objectively speaking, the wolf thinks, since he's a surviving monk, any kink that helps him through the dunes should be hailed. A technique of a hero to be studied and replicated to shun out the more sinister and addictive pleasure of the dunes, though this never stops the wolf from looking over his shoulder whenever he sniffs. Iron cedar, gold, fancy, steel, scale, leather. The stench wafts over him. Courage. It's ammonia. Urine and some other vile bodily liquids had soaked deep into the hilt of the sword and corroded it from the inside out. The leather festered into a moldy, foaming tumor. It's now soft to the touch. It reeks of rotten cactus and dignity and corpses and ass and courage. This is it. It's finally time, the wolf thinks. I found the resting place of the warriors. I'll have one final act of debauchery that's so nasty that I'll cure myself of my addiction. I'll sniff sword until my nose gives out, my mouth dries, and my throat catches fire. And after this, even if I think of sniffing steel, I'll puke. I'll rid my kink by excess. He crudely gathers nearby weapons and any scrap that might have extensively graced a sweaty hand. One more last time. You're divine, wolf, an apotheosized monk who inspires the suffering masses with your temperance and mystical abs. It belonged to a badger, 22, slain during business. He feels woozy. Good. Remember this discomfort. Join it to the pleasure. But something is wrong. It starts out as a prick inside his nostrils, as if a pepper seed had gotten stuck there. Then it starts to expand. The entire left side of his muzzle burns, then numbs, then burns again. Loving coolness swells around his eyes. They twitch. He feels like shutting them, but there's a really interesting scab on his paws. He smells it. And it smelled like how he always imagined himself smelling. Incense, the mark of a monk with a sacred duty who would abandon his desires. He grins with pride. The scab looks like a starving crowd in worship, he thinks. He should aid them with water. He tries to summon some saliva, but his mouth is dry and tastes wonderfully of chrome and papyrus. He knows this taste. Sand had gotten inside him somehow, from all the sniffing. Shit. He reflexively claws at the inside of his nostrils. When he couldn't reach, he rips at his muzzle, stacking fresh scars over old ones. Get out! Get out! God, it's so good! More! He sneezes. A ball of bloody snot shoots out of his nose and lands on the ground. It's strangely iridescent and viscous, like a puddle of oil. The soothing sensation fades. Emptiness. His muzzle tickles from his self-inflicted wounds. He stares at the swirling colors of his oily snot. Fuck. This is the sort of coming down that he'd gotten used to, but something had really shaken him this time. Years of half-assed conditioning while indulging, pinching himself, biting down on his tongue, holding his breath, had been undone. And his mind, which he had always envisioned to be an untrained beast, had just been awarded with a steak for sniffing piss. The juiciest, most irresistible steak. His ball of oily snot ignites. It's a small but blinding fire, and the wolf stares at it, hypnotized. He wonders how he'd react if he hadn't gotten the sand out in time. He imagines himself screaming as the heat ravages his innards like it did so many before. They all had the widest grin while they burned. To the wolf's surprise, a few steps away from the fire, something else glows. Oh! It pulses with the same hue and rhythm as his snot fire, but smaller, gentler. It's a machine that he had never seen before. The ornate ends of the tube remind him of something he'd only seen in the history books. though the innards are too intricate to be made by any craftsman of his generation. A relic. The wolf thinks of storing it as part of his duty demands, but the shape of it reminds him of a sword handle. Dignity. Plenty of it. He clenches the glass tight and inhales. A slender, regal fox. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that's right, because it does thoughts. The fox breathes a sigh of relief. He feels no phantom nose-numbing pleasure from his fantasy. It seems his theory that his mind is an untrained beast is incorrect, or at least there's more to it. Why does he feel taller all of a sudden? He looks down at his paws. Gah! What the hell? Holy. Oh. My God. What the hell is happening? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Alright then. I guess that's what that light was. Everyone hates me. The crowd salutes as I walk by with 3 buckets. Single grain. The chanting hyena monk doesn't acknowledge me as I pass him, but for a moment it feels like he's glaring at me. Whatever. Breathe. I proceed normally to the gate. A couple of young canines are near the exit. They salute. We've talked before. They want to be monks one day. After a deep breath, I decide that doesn't bother me. I think I smile at them. Abstinence. Flatulence. Schmarity. They stare as I leave. I cover my face with my hand. Fuck. I shouldn't even be a bug. Bugs have organized societies and social norms. I should be a microbe, cilia and rot. Oxygen, intake. I fill 2 buckets with water. Near the pond, I see a couple of ripe cacti waist high. Don't do it. They need to eat. I yank a whole cacti from the ground up, and after a deep breath, I run my hand over it. Spikes fall to the ground, and I store the peeled plant in the final bucket. There's blood everywhere. I feel fine, and this doesn't bother me. With meditation, a monk can overcome any discomfort, even pain. Oxygen, intake. Fuck! Oh no. I wipe the blood on my cloak. An elder shields the eyes of a child. The young canines from before are staring at me again. Sorry, had to clean up the corpse at the gate. There's no need to worry about me. I smile politely. Everyone in the pavilion recoils. I'll get enough water for all of you to wash up. Enjoy yourselves. Breathe. This is a bizarre world. Wait, what's over there? That wasn't there before. Oh, what is happening? Oh. Most are still asleep. I set the filled buckets down and grab some new ones. Stay awake. I think about going to my lord, but there's no way I'm gonna let him see me like this. I can't face him when I've done nothing. The painting. I need the owl to finish the painting. Hoot? Hoot! She rushes past the fallen jail bars to examine my injuries. Confused, curious, sad, sad, sad. Other emotions mix with mine. I'm not pathetic, right? This is her sadness. I lean against the wall and sob. Ow! I'm a sand addict. Addict. A-D-D-I-C-T. Heard of it? Uh-huh? She's so cute. It's the worst type of person there is. I'm microbial. I'm bacteria. The owl shakes her head. Comfort. Safe. No, you don't get it. I'm bacteria. Microscopic. Gram-negative. I'm a category of illness. How do you refer to a category? She tilts her head in confusion. How do you say king or friend or species? She doesn't comprehend any of these words. How do you say addict? I think for a moment. A way to represent categories using pictures and emotions and without symbols. Is it even possible? So the word addict literally doesn't exist. It's unfathomable in your way of thinking. She stays silent. Huh. She notices that I don't have my torch with me, so she hands me hers and takes out another one. She sure got lots of those. I hold mine tight and it glows. Then... Who? She pulls me into a hug, carefully avoiding the cuts on my arm. Her body is warm. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon and our YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!